Excellent. So yesterday, we were practicing working with linking cubes, Roy, fold your hands, to back down through 10, Destin. Everybody think. What does backing down through 10 look like? Zainab, 3, unacceptable. Every second counts. Get your packet, go. You need to move your name on your way. Tracking Isaiah. Backing down through 10 is when?
Backing down through 10 is when you have the greater number and then
You're right. You do start with the greater number. And what do you do? Let me help you out, Isaiah. You're going to take some away to get to what number?
To the smaller number.
You're right, but you're going to make a little stop first. At what number do you make your little stop? What friendly number do we usually stop at?
10.
Yeah, you're going to stop at 10. So you take away enough back to meet Elvis. Oh my gosh, Elvis, your scholar looks amazing. You're going to stop at 10. Because Lewis, 10 is a friendly number, and when we stop at 10, it helps us to understand how many, Destin, we need to keep going to get to the smaller number. Eyes are on me. Today, Leona, we're going to use the same strategy, different tool area. We're going to use backing down through 10, but we're going to use 10 frames instead. So our 10 frames are going to help us to back down through 10, Danae urgency. Here's the first example. Watching me, Liberty. Everyone's thinking about what's happening in the problem with this. So Roy, it says, Maya was eating lunch at the park under a tree. She has 17 cheese and crackers, Lewis. Fold your hands, track. While she was eating, she saw birds from the tree had 8 pieces of food. How many more pieces did Maya have? I'm thinking now. Danae, I know there's 2 reasons we subtract. One of them is taking away. One of them is?
Taking away.
What's the other reason that we subtract, that we've been seeing a lot of? What kind of problem, LaCour? Tracking LaCour. It's when you?
Compare numbers.
You're absolutely right. It's when you compare. It's when you?
Compare.
So I'm going to write taking away and comparing is that options. That means, Leona, these are my 2 choices. If I'm going to be subtracting, I'm going to either be taking away or comparing. I'm going to try and figure out which one it is, Leona. So Leona, I know in this problem, Maya's eating lunch at the park. She's got 17 cheese and crackers, and then there's birds that have 8 pieces of food. And Ariel, she wants to know, or the problem wants to know, how many more pieces does Maya have than the birds? That tells me that I'm not taking anything away, Alyssa, because nobody lost anything. Nobody ate anything or nothing flew away. But I am talking about how many the birds have and how many Maya has. That tells me, Ethan, that I'm comparing. It tells me I'm
comparing.
So I'm looking at how many one person has and how many another person has, Destin. So I know I'm comparing. So then Ariel, if I'm comparing, I know I'm subtracting. I know I'm
Subtracting.
Everyone think about what that number sentence is going to say. I know my 2 numbers are 17 and 8. Now I always start with what number, Lewis? Tracking Lewis. You always start with the bigger number. Tracking Lewis. Try in the whole sentence, Lewis. Give me on the eyes. You always start with the bigger number.
7.
Nope. Lewis, I'm asking you to repeat my sentence. You always start with the bigger number.
You start with the bigger number.
Good job, Destin Morning to track. I always start with the bigger number. So Lewis, what's my sentence going to say?
17 equals.
Nope, 17. So I told you I'm comparing. If I'm comparing, I'm subtracting. So what's going to go here? Lewis, we're subtracting. So I'm saying 17. No, subtracting tells me minus. 17 minus 8. I said that, Lewis, because I'm comparing. Do you understand how I'm comparing my 2 numbers? Let's keep going, and I'm going to come back to you next time we write a number sentence. So I have 17 minus 8. Now I'm going to back down through 10, Lewis, and that means I'm going to work with my 10 frames. the first thing I have to do is build the bigger number on my 10 frames. So Ethan, when you're tracking me, I'm gonna build 17. I'm gonna build
17.
I know right away that there's one 10 in 17. I can see it in the tens place. So I know I can fill in one of my 10 frames. I know that, Destin, because I know a 10 frame has 10 in it. And I don't have to count them, I just know that. You just know that too. I'm gonna fill in my first 10 frame. I know that that has 10, I don't have to count it because Liana, I know a 10 frame has 10. So then Lewis, I'm gonna look back at the number 17. How many ones are in the number 17, Elvis? There are. Warning, tracking, Elvis, that's 2. Elvis, complete sentence, that is, there are 7. There are 7, absolutely, so I'm gonna put in 7. 1, tracking and counting, 2, 3, everyone.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Perfect, so I've now built 17. Now, the first thing to do, Destin, when I'm backing down through 10, Ariel, is I need to make sure that I take away enough to only have 10 left. I want to make 10. I know this 10 frame filled in is 10. So if I take away these 7, I'll have left just 10. That's exactly what I want, Leona, when you fold your hands. So I'm going to take away these 7. And now I'm left with just a 10. How did I know to take away those 7, Ariel? You knew that. Level 3, please. Level 3, please.
How to take away 7.
Ariel, you're speaking at level 2. I want level 3. How many are in a 10 frame? Good morning, Anthony. So if I knew there were 10 in a 10 frame, how did I know to take away 7? To make 10. Eyes, Lewis. I knew that if I took away those 7, I'm taking away everything in the ones place, Lewis, and I knew that would leave me with just 10, Liberty. Now I've taken away enough to make 10, but the question asked me to take away 8, and I only took away 7. How many more do I need to take away? If I'm not sure, then Destin, I can put 8 on my fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8. I took away 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Leona, how many left do I have to take away?
Take one more.
I'm going to take one more away. I can do that on my fingers, Lewis, if I'm not sure. I'm going to take one more away. Now I've taken away all 8, and I can count the counters that are left to find my answer. Let's count the ones that are left. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What is my difference?
9.
Bingo. So my difference is 9. Now it's your turn to help me with one of these. Before we start up, Ethan, I want you to think about why I stopped at 10. Why did I stop first at 10? When I say go, you're going to turn and tell your partner in a whisper, I think she stopped at 10 because. Think about the using of 10 frames. 10 frames have how many in them, Alyssa? Each 10 frame holds 10, yeah. So think about that when you tell your partner why I stopped at 10. In a small voice, go ahead. She stopped at 10 because. Good job getting started right away, LaCour. Lewis, why do you think I stopped at 10 first? Anthony, you can switch forward and sit right behind Ariel. You can work with Ariel and Liana. Ariel and Liana, this is a turn and talk. Eyes are on each other, elbow to elbow, eye to eye. Ariel warning, elbow to elbow, eye to eye. Why did you just turn it? Back to me, 3, 2, 1, hands folded, 0. When we do a turn and talk, we are sitting elbow to elbow, and then we turn our head to sit eye to eye. I would love for a partner pair to model what this should look like. Raise your hand if you think you and your partner can model what this looks like. LaCour and Roy did a really nice job during the turn and talk. We're all going to track them. Show me elbow to elbow, eye to eye. Amazing. Their hands are folded, their elbows are on the desk, but their eyes are on each other's eyes today. So we're gonna try this again, and Liana, I'm looking for partners to get started right away, turning their, telling their partner. I'll give you some think time. The question was, Liana, eyes back to me, Alyssa and Ethan, the question was, why did I stop at 10? When I was backing down, why did I stop at 10? Turn and tell your partner, she stopped at 10 because. Go. I'm listening. And we think a little bit harder at where I'm putting everything. So see that nice and tall. Think about 10 is a what kind of number, right? You're saying it's a very, it's friendly, right? And there's how many in the 10 frame? There's 13 in every 10 frame. Now think about the name of the 10 frame. There's how many in the 10? There's 10. If I'm using 10 frames and I stop at 10, I can tell very easily how many more I need to subtract. Danae, Destin, warning, we're turning and talking. I can tell very easily how many more I need to take away because I stopped at 10 and I can see all those 10 to 10. Helps you. Well, helps you to understand how many more to subtract. Back to me, 3, 2, hands folded, 1, tracking 0. I want to hear from Roy. Roy, why do you think we stop at 10 when we're backing down through 10? We stop at 10 because. Level 3.
We stop at 10 because we must
Level 3. Well, I like what you just said about like it helps you not make a mistake, but I fold your hands. I was just talking to Liana and Anthony and Ariel Lewis about how a 10 frame has 10 in it. So if you stop at 10 and you see all 10 and you see all 10 filled in, and Lewis, you have to figure out how many more to subtract. It's easier when you're just looking at a 10 frame that's filled in all the way. So it makes it easier for us to find how many more to subtract. Liana, McCord, warning, tracking me. It makes it easier to find how many more to subtract. Liana, that's your color, move your name. Okay, let's look at number 1 in the guided practice. Callie was planting a garden and planted 13 seeds. She waited a week and 5 plants grew. How many more seeds did she plant? Our first step is to unpack the problem. I'm going to read it one more time. You're thinking about what's happening, Elvis, in the problem. Go ahead, Isaiah. Callie was planting a garden and planted 13 seeds. She waited a week and 5 plants grew. How many more seeds did she plant? When I say go, you're going to turn and tell your partner what's happening in this problem. Ready? Go. In this problem, Ariel, turn to Anthony. Good elbow to elbow, eye to eye, we're in the floor. Isaiah, I'll be right with you. Go get a paper towel, I can't help right now. Elvis, will you turn to Destin and Danae? Good job, Destin, getting started right away, do not touch. Pick it up, please, you're going to share this. We have a 5. 4. 3. Good, now we're going to be successful in math because you're focusing in. Back to me, 5, 4, 3, Liana, voice off warning. 2, 1, 0. Tracking Danae, eyes are on Danae, go ahead. Danae, in this problem, level 3, Danae.
And this problem is
Yeah, 1 minute. Danae, we need to be able to tell what's happening in the problem. Let's look back at it. I'll read it again to you and then you're going to tell me. Callie was planting a garden and planted 13 seeds. She waited a week and 5 plants grew. How many more seeds did she still plant, or excuse me, did she plant? Tracking Danae. What's happening in this problem, Danae?
in this problem is she went 13 seeds.
Yep.
And she planted 5 seeds.
No, she didn't plant those 5 seeds. What happened to those 5? They grew, yeah. So then they want us to find what? Strong silent hand, tracking liberty. They want us to find,
They want us to find how many did she plant?
they want us to find how many more did she plant. So this is the seeds that didn't grow. This is the seeds that
Didn't grow.
Okay, so we know what's happening in the problem. Now we need to figure out a number, an equation, a number sentence. With your partner, go ahead and write what you think the appropriate number sentence would be. Go ahead now, 30 seconds. Aerial warning, that's not what we're doing right now. I asked you to write a number sentence. You're back to me in 10. 9, I asked you to write a number sentence. It's not what we're doing. Write a number sentence. 8, 7, 6, 5, let me see. 3, 2, 1, 0. Our number sentence is going to look like what, Lewis?
13 minus 5 equals.
Really nice job, Lewis. Last time your number sentence wasn't correct, and this time I came back to you and you got it. Say, nice job, Lewis.
Nice job, Louis.
Okay, great. We've got our number sentence. Now we're going to back down through 10. We all have 10 frames in front of us. We're going to go ahead and build the larger number because we're backing down through 10. With your partner, you have a 10 frame to fill in to show the larger number. Go ahead and do that now. Give you 30 seconds. I want you to do that. Sit down. You're like you to draw. You're working together. You're building the larger number. Nice job. I see Lewis and Liberty are doing a great job of building that larger number. More urgency. Ethan, you want to start working as a partner? Morning, pick up your pencil, or excuse me, pick up the 10 frame helper out, please. That was your coloring, and you can do it after you finish filling out the 10 frame. We're going to keep a positive attitude with that. How many squares will I have? That's not what it's in. You have 5, 4, 3, good job, Lewis and Liberty. 2, 1, 0. How many whole 10 frames are filled in now, Isaiah?
13.
How many whole 10, hold your hands, track Isaiah. How many whole 10 frames are filled in?
10.
There's 10 in a 10 frame, Isaiah, but I'm asking you how many whole 10 frames are completed on your sheet. Take a look. Fold your hands and track. Roy warning, LaCour warning, track. So Isaiah, you've got 1, 2 10 frames. How many are complete and full? The first one. So there's 1 full 10 frame, and then there should be 3 extra counters. We're going to take away enough to make a 10. Everyone look at your 10 frames. How many do we need to take away to be left with just 10? You're going to show me on your fingers. Come back to me in 3, Lewis. 2, hands folded, Anthony. 1, LaCour. 0, Alyssa. Alyssa, Liana, hands folded. When I say go, Destin, you're gonna show me close to your chest how many to take away to be left with just 10. Ready? Go. Okay, hands folded, 3, 2, 1, Lewis, 0. Danae, what I'm doing is looking to see what you know. If you're not telling me, or you're looking at what someone else is doing, that's not helping me to help you, Liana. I need to know what you think so I can help you. Show me on your fingers when I say go, Ethan, how many to take away to be left with just 10. Go. Warning Ethan, warning Liana, show me. I want to shout out Lewis because Lewis is not looking around the room to see what everybody else is doing. There's one number that a bunch of people around the room are showing, and it's not right. And if you were looking at someone else, you just made it harder for yourself because you're now showing the incorrect answer. It's 3. The reason it's 3 is because you have a full 10 frame filled in and 3 left over. Those 3, if we take them away, Lewis, leave us with just a full 10 frame. And I know that's 10. I know that's 10. So take away the 3 until you have a full 10 frame. And that's it. Excellent. Alyssa's there now. Great. Now back to me in 3, 2, 1, Destin, 0. Fold your hands. How many were we supposed to take away all together, Lewis?
3.
No. Look back at the problem. How many were we supposed to take away? Tracking Lewis. Look back at the equation. How many do we have to take away? 5. Everyone put 5 on your hand. Now I want you to put down the 3 fingers for the 3 that we already took away. How many are there left to take away, Destin? 2. Go ahead and take away 2 more. If you both take away 2, then you're taking away more than 2. Great, 2 are gone. Lewis and Liberty, you took 3 away. You took 3 away. There we go. Nope, you need to take 2. Good. Now count how many are left to find your answer. And you're back to me in 10, 9, 8, 7. We're going to clap out our answer. 6, 5, 4. You're in parallel lines in 3, Leah. Good. 2, 1, 0. Isaiah, Destin, warning, be in parallel lines at 0. 5, 8, 10, 13. The correct answer is 8. You're absolutely right. Go ahead and bubble it in. Ariel, go ahead and bubble it in. Back to me in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, Liana, 1, 0. We're having a little bit of trouble this morning, Destin, with the 10 frames. I understand we had to relearn the 10 frames. We should be stronger with this though, Destin. So let's take a look at number 2. I'm gonna let you do this one on your own. Savannah really enjoys art class, especially drawings. She drew for 1 month with markers and made 14 beautiful drawings. Then she switched to colored pencils and made 6 beautiful drawings. How many less drawings did she make with colored pencils? Go ahead and get started silently right away. I will be checking in the more you need to hear. Okay, so write your numbers on so you understand what's happening. Yeah, we've read that equation before. First, you need to make sure you understand what's happening. If you need to read it again, you read it so you know what's going on. Take your hands away from your hips. You need to know what's going on. Oh, Alyssa, before you start eating, looking at the counters. Make sure you understand and write your equation before you do anything. I want you to do it on your own so that you can. You're not even on the right page today. You're not gonna be able to do 6